What's next for the Los Angeles Clippers? Well, we're about to find out. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Luke, and if you're new, make sure to go check out my other videos. I post some pretty lit content that I know you will enjoy. And make sure to do all that good stuff in the comments down below, like, comment, and subscribe. So it'd mean a lot if you would do those things. Now let's get into this video. Obviously, the Clippers just lost a very disappointing series to the Denver Nuggets. A series that about 0% of people thought the Clippers would lose. So the team they have now obviously didn't prove to be championship worthy. So the question is, what comes next? What changes do they make to improve this roster? Now, the change they need to make doesn't really come with a roster change. Now, there is some really good role players here in 2020 free agency that I think the Clippers would really benefit from. But the main thing here is chemistry. This is the reason why the Clippers lost. And like I said in my last video, if Paul George would have went off, Kawhi would have went off. If Kawhi would have went off, Paul George would have went off. Players feed off each other. And since they don't have that chemistry, they don't have the ability to do that. The problem is not Doc Rivers. It's not the roster construction. The Clippers have the most firepower in the NBA. It's the bonding of the team. Last year, the leaders of this team were Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell and Danilo Gallinari. So when you bring in two NBA superstars, Lou Williams isn't just going to be, okay, I'll just easily take this backseat role. That's not an easy change to make, and they didn't make that in the right way. Kawhi and Paul George never made a good connection with their teammates. Coming out in Game 7, they just looked like they didn't want to win. That's the main factor of winning, looking like you want to win. I don't care if you play bad. If you want to win, you always have a chance to win, but they didn't even look like they want to win. And that's a sign of terrible locker room problems and team chemistry. Patrick Beverley literally came out in an interview and said, we don't have chemistry with each other. That's the main goal. This offseason, the main goal for the Clippers should be to re-sign Montrezl Harrell, but if I'm being honest, I don't know if he's going to want to stay in Los Angeles, and here's why. Trez has the talent to be an all-star starting center. So A, Trez doesn't really have any chemistry with Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, who pretty much run that team, and B, he feels he has the talent to be somewhere else and in a starting position. So if I'm Montrezl Harrell, I'm trying to get paid and go somewhere where I could be the star of that team. The main thing the Clippers need to do over this offseason is bond with each other and learn how each other operate. Adjustments are key, and the Clippers didn't make any of those throughout the entire playoffs. They almost lost a scary series against the Mavericks, so people were all like, oh, so people thought Clippers were going to adjust against the Nuggets. Well, they didn't. They continuously blew leads, and with a team that connects with each other and has chemistry with each other, that doesn't happen. Players out there in 2020 free agency like Tim Hardaway Jr., Jeff Teague, Serge Ibaka, that would really benefit this team. Not that the Clippers need any more role players, they just need a vocal leader. Someone that can bring the team together. And it's not fully Doc Rivers' fault. Doc Rivers had to handle the task of coaching two of the best players in the NBA and trying to bring a team together that isn't meant to be brought together. So it's not fully Doc Rivers' fault. He didn't adjust, which isn't good. But if the Clippers are going to fire Doc Rivers, then they should hire Billy Donovan. But here's the main reason why the Clippers can't and won't blow it up. In the Paul George trade, they traded a life supply of picks. The world might be over by the time the Clippers have another first-round draft pick. So when rebuilding, it's all about draft picks. So if the Clippers were to blow it up and trade Kawhi or trade Paul George, they wouldn't have any picks of their own. So it would be very hard to rebuild, and it would be an unsuccessful rebuild. Kawhi and Paul George are both on long-term deals, so I'm pretty sure they're going to ride it out. They just got to bring this team together, and they got to find ways to get wins when it matters. And Kawhi's got to stop resting for absolutely no apparent reason. So the Clippers shouldn't really blow it up. They should take time to bond with each other, learn how each other play, and focus on getting the players back like Montrezl Harrell and Marcus Morris. Because if they don't get those players back, it's going to be a lot harder for their bench to operate how they're used to. So if I'm the Clippers, I'm focused on building chemistry with each other, re-signing our players, and maybe adding little additions to the coaching staff and to the roster. So all the Clippers need to do is learn how to play with each other, and then they will be really finals contenders. Anyways, guys, make sure to do all that good stuff in the comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And peace out.